This segment brought to you by Furious.
Furious Surly IPA. Keeps you working all night long.
And Furious.
Okay, so since the back end's up, get the front end up. I hit a monkey earlier. This is what's going in there. This is spacer. This is spacer. Left front driver's side here. We're throwing this extra piece in. What is that? Extra quarter inch?
Extra quarter inch is going to be a half inch of lift.
Okay. And jack it up. And we'll start by taking the wheel off, I guess. Put a jack stand underneath the frame, pull the wheel off. Passenger side, do the same thing.
Next up, we're going to take the 3 strut tower nuts. We'll just get those loose, not take them all the way off. Crack this loose, and then knock on the knuckle so we can get it separated from the joint. The 2 bolts that hold the front caliper on. Here, the sway arm control link. And down here, the bottom bolt that goes through the strut assembly.
Okay.
So I didn't mention it, you'll also want to take out the tie rod end when you're doing this. Still have this to take out. This is loosened up. Caliper's loose, have to hang it out of the way. We will leave the knuckle in the bottom A-arm. We'll leave the axle in. Once we get the rest of the stuff done, it'll be able to flex enough out of the way. All the nuts up here are done. This is loose, but I'll show you as we take this off. Tie rod end, sway bar, the bolts out of here. Caliper's hung and supported. So the next thing is we'll knock this out.
Need a rod?
Yeah, we'll grab a rod. Be too big.
That's what she said.
So the only thing holding it up right now is this. That's out of there.
Just so that
Now at this point, that'll stay, that'll be enough slack.
oh,
Then push that down out of the way. And then we'll use a second set of hands, but push down on this, and we'll lift up and pull out the strut assembly. Lift,
Gotta go more, no?
lift.
Alright, I guess it's falling down. Put the nut back there just to hold it. Here's the strut, 1 strut, passenger strut, 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 strut.
Oh, is that ready?
Yeah. Snug that to hold it. Driver's strut is out. Now, be careful. They do explode. Last spring that sprung here, put a dent in the old welder. So gotta be careful with these, especially if that was your ankle, and I don't know, definitely make you bleed. So this guy here is a little rusty. Assuming yours might be too. We're putting 4 on.
As well.
We put 4 of these on just to be extra safe. We like to play it safe around here. We don't want anyone getting hurt, especially when there's kids. So we started, going around this, whatever, It's loose. It's getting loose. Spring's starting to drop down. We're gonna keep going so this collar goes down. Hey, when it calls for some redneck engineering, we got it figured out. But we were able to crack it loose, and it works. So that's what you got to do sometimes to make it work. So now explain kind of what we got going here.
So it's a 2.5-inch lift from Rouch Country that we've got. It's a coil spring compressor rather than the one that sits on the top. They're better for a variety of reasons. The one spacer will go here. Now we have the top half hot. We've compressed it enough, you can see some threads. So now we can put the nut back on and reassemble this strut.
Reassemble. We tried to keep the lift block centered as we were tightening it. It all looks pretty good. Rouch Country too, you know, has instructions, so we're just giving a live visual feed here. Loosening up the spring compressors. These are MacPherson EverTough strut spring compressors.
This segment brought to you by Furious.
Furious Surly IPA. Keeps you working all night long.
And Furious.
So what is this? We got this goofy ass ratchet socket thing with through holes. We're digging around trying to figure out a way how to improve this. So it's actually at 18 millimeter. That fits on there real nice. We can get an 8 millimeter socket on there. That's gonna help beef it up. We just had broke that quarter inch drive. So this here looks like a much better setup. Again, just trying to use the tools that we have available here. Much better, and a lot less redneck. So there's a beautiful ready lift, adapter plate, spring compressor, plus the plate on top. Ready to toss it back in the truck. Okay, so we did have it clocked a little funny. What I mean is with the top 3 bolts in, you know, the bottom didn't line up. Just took this rod, stuck it in the bottom, turned it straight, and dropped in place. Yeah, getting hungry, no time to eat. So we're trying to finish this up here. So again, for the driver's side, we have this extra 1/4 inch plate on the top, just to kind of level it out with the weight of the gas. You know, driver's side sitting on there. Just keep the truck level. That's kind of the main goal here. So same thing, lift it up, put it in, clock it, pop, lock, and clock it. So kind of got everything back together. Just kind of the last thing I'm gonna do. Just loosen those on both sides. Jump on the front a little bit, tighten it back up. Other than that, then that lift should be in. Not a whole lot of thread engagement, you know, with these top screws. But I think it'll be fine. Shouldn't be a problem.